This is a recording to show you how to assign a test to be taken online, either with the iPads in class or computer later if somebody missed an exam or a quiz. What you want to do is you would normally go in to edit my test just like normal on emstesting.com and create your test, or if you already have one that you like, you can review it. Once you're fine with it, just leave it as is, save the test, go back to the instructor home, and then expand whatever class you want to associate the quiz with. So I'll pick an expired class we did in Sheboygan. This is an EMT basic class. From here, you go down to edit class and then scroll over to tests. Right now you can see that this is the only current test that I have assigned. If I want to see all of the other tests that I've created, or the one that I've just created, I can come in here and I can look at available tests. Click on that, and let's just say we want to give them the EMS 110 quiz 1. So we'd grab this and drag it over to the little box, and then we'll be able to assign the properties. So let's just say we want this to be active on today. We have to pick the time, so this can be a little tricky. Highlight the whole thing and then just enter it in 24-hour time. So let's just say we want this to start at 9:50, and we want the end time. So let's say we want this end time to be at noon. The end date and the end time will be, as it states, like when the students lose access to the test, but it's also when the students get to see the results. So what I usually do is make this, even though I don't want them to be taking the test for 2 hours in class, what I do want them to do is see the results maybe just a little bit before. So if I had like a 5:30 class and I wanted them to see the results before we left, I could set it at 9 o'clock. The start and resume limit time, how many times they can log off the system and log back in to continue the test. The minutes allow just how long they can do, how long they have to take the test. Enabling the previous button is just your choice. Do you want them to be able to go back and make changes or not? On the student test results detail level, there's just a different sliding scale as to what they'll be able to see. So they either see how many they got wrong, what the percentage was, what their grade is, or you can send it all the way back down to review, which basically gives them what objectives did they miss. It also gives them an annotated answer for each one of the questions. They can go back and review the questions. They can see the answers just like we used to get in those annotated answer keys. So they'll see everything here. You can set a password if you want to make sure that just in case you don't start the test on time because you had some other things to talk about in classes as it got started, you can set a password here so they can't do it until you give them the password. The show student results immediately, if you click that box, as soon as they finish the test, they get their results. And usually this causes a distraction in class because then they somehow they affect their attitude, either positive or negative, and it tends to affect other people in the class. So very rarely do I ever click this box unless I know they're going to be taking it outside the class as a makeup. So once I've got everything set up here, it's really important you have to click Save Test Settings. So save that, and then come down and click Save Class Settings. And once you've clicked on the Save Class Settings, it'll kick you back to your instructor home. So now we can see that right now I have this current test, which is active right now. I can come through and I can look at upcoming tests. So I've got this test coming up later tonight, and then I can look at some of the completed tests as well. So you can go through here and take a look at it. Once they've taken the test and once it's complete, you can come in and either look at the gradebook to get results. You can also look at this, so I could come in here and I can look at test results. So now that I'm in here, I can actually see how everybody did. I can come down and get my class detailed results, so I can see exactly on question number 1 how many people answered it correctly, incorrectly, and what else they answered. So I can kind of see what my students were thinking. It gives me an idea. If I want to see specifically what a student did, I can come in and view my specific student results. And basically this is the same screen that they see. So the student did not do so well. Click down here, give me more information. And then it breaks everything down. Tons of information. If you just keep going to the I'd like to see more information, all the way through here, objective level breakdowns, I'd like to review my test. And again, this is exactly what the student sees. Now they can come in and they can get information on each one of these. Here's what they marked incorrectly, what should have been, and then the annotation as to why this should be. So lots of great information. It does the correcting automatically. You just usually have to go back through and see exactly how they did here to see if there were any questions that were really misleading. Whenever you want to get back to instructor home, just get to instructor home. So it's really pretty simple. It's a lot easier to do than printing it out. Hope this helped.